When my father named me Prasanna Kumar, I don't know what was in his mind. Prasanna means happy. I'm a really happy person today. And my wife keeps telling me that I'm still young Kumar. I also see a lot of happy faces here. Are you all happy, right? Okay. Let me ask a couple of questions. How many of you think raising one normal child in today's life is easy? Can you please raise your hands? How many of you think raising two children is easy in today's life? Very little hands, right? Let me make a statement. When any one family member in the family gets affected with any normal health issues, it affects the entire family. How many of you think you believe in this or you have experienced in this? Oh, everybody, right? And this challenge is more when the healthcare condition is chronic and long term. Do you know that there are 7,000 to 8,000 rare diseases in this world, and it takes 7 years to diagnose a rare disease? Don't worry if you're not aware, because even today, many doctors are not aware about it. Let's understand what are rare diseases. Rare diseases are those which are less in occurrence, not studied much. It generally affects any time during the birth, after the birth, during the teenage, old age. It affects multi-organ, affects physical movements of the body, affects mental behavior, affects sensory qualities. Many of the time, the patient lives with the fact that tomorrow I'm going to lose my eyesight, I'm not able to hear, I'm not able to talk, I'm not able to walk, or I may get bedridden, or I may die one day, but I don't know when. Can you imagine a person living with all these thoughts, leading a life? 80% of the rare diseases are genetic in origin, which causes because of a faulty gene. 50% of the condition affects the children. 30% of the children do not see their fifth birthday. There are estimated to be 350 to 400 million patients worldwide and 70 million patients in India, which is roughly 7 crore or 1 in 20 Indians suffer from a rare disease. Wondering, right? Still, many of those patients still waiting to be diagnosed. 95% of the rare diseases do not have treatment and need to be managed on symptomatic or a long-term support care itself. 5% of the diseases where there is a treatment, they're exorbitant, costly, cannot be affordable by anyone. The cost of treatment varies anywhere from 10 lakh rupees per patient per year, lifelong, or it may cost 1 crore, 2 crore, or 5 crore per year per patient, lifelong. Or there may be injection costing 17 crore rupees for one injection. Apart from this, there is a cost towards other procedures, maintenance, medical interventions, medicines, etc. And also, there is a regular cost of managing with the nurses, therapies, etc. Can you imagine what may be going through the families having such patients or children at home? You may be wondering why I am talking about rare diseases. I am a father of Nidhi, who is 24 years old, diagnosed with a rare disease called Pompe way back in 2007, who happens to be the first patient in India. When Nidhi born, she was normal like any other child, but she had certain problems with respiratory. She used to get frequent pneumonia. We started going to the hospital to find out what could be the issue. It took 7 years to diagnose this after roaming across 40 hospitals in India. By the time we could diagnose that it is a Pompe, her lung muscle has become weak. Pompe is a rare neuromuscular disease which affects the weakening of her muscles due to an absence of an enzyme called alpha glucosidase. By this time, her heart and lungs muscles had become weak. After hospitalizations for months in the ICU, doctor came and told me, your daughter cannot breathe anymore and she requires a mechanical ventilation. Then I took a house next to the hospital because I couldn't afford hospitalization anymore. I converted my only bedroom into an ICU, invested heavily in all the medical gadgets, suction machine, patient monitoring system, ventilator, UPS for uninterrupted power supply because her life was on switch of a button. My wife became 24/7 doctor, caretaker, nurse, dietitian, therapist, whatnot. It was difficult for me to work in my professional life, managing the challenges of professional life and earn for the family. Evening, I used to help my wife to take some rest because you cannot afford her to work for 24/7 months together and regularly. For years, we never went outside. If at all, it is only to the hospitals. We were fortunate to get the only therapy available in the world, enzyme replacement therapy, under the Compensate Access program, which cost ₹1 crore per year lifelong. And this depends on weight of the body. When the weight of the patient increases, the cost increases. Things were looking better. And one day, my daughter asked me, when can I go back to the school? This gave a new perspective. She has a muscle issue. She is not able to breathe, but her brain is normal. She thinks, looks, talks like any other normal child. We prepared a wheelchair where we could fit ventilator, suction machine, and UPS. With great difficulty, we got the school admission, started going to the school. My wife used to stand outside the classroom whole day because the admission was given with the condition that if anything happens to her in the campus, it's our responsibility. Things started better. Because of the long-term medication, the body developed the immunity towards this drug. And we had to undergo a 2 years long immunosuppression therapy, like a chemotherapy, costing another 20 lakhs rupees. And after some time, because of the muscle weakness, she developed the scoliosis. We had to undergo a 9-hour-long surgery to insert 2 rods and 24 screws, one of its kind operation for such patients in India. Things started moving better. She completed 12th in flying colors, admitted to first year degree. In the college during a function, ventilator switched off. By the time she could navigate her wheelchair to the nearest plug point and reboot the system, she had a cardiac arrest. She suffered hypoxic injury. From last 6 years, she is bedridden. All of that is she opens her eyes, looks at us. She doesn't recognize us anymore. But that eyes, when she looks at us, gives us a hope. And this is a hope millions of rare disease patients and families live today. Now, this is not my story alone. Every patient, every family of rare disease undergo across the globe and in India. Let me quote a couple of examples. There is a 32-year-old girl who is diagnosed with osteogenesis imperfecta or a brittle bone disease. If you happen to hug her tightly, chances are that few of her bone may break. She is very short, on wheelchair, cannot lift a glass of water, but she has completed MBA, working in a multinational company, staying alone from last 10 years with the help of a nurse in Bangalore. Can you imagine what happens if that nurse doesn't turn up one day? Can you imagine if that nurse sleeps few extra hours? Her life is completely dependent on her. Then there is a gentleman from Pune itself who was working in Germany in an IT company. One day he is not able to walk properly. He starts walking like a drunkard. He leaves the job and returns to India to be diagnosed as an ataxia, which is another form of neurological condition. After a couple of years, his younger brother also gets diagnosed with the same conditions and joins him bedside. After a few more years, his 65-year-old father, also diagnosed as a late onset ataxia. Now this 70-year-old mother taking care of two young children and his husband in a bedridden position. Can you imagine what is going through her mind? How she may be managing physically, financially, continuously. But her biggest question is, who after me? What happens if she is not there tomorrow? For us also, last 25 years, taking care of Nidhi with the medical challenges, 16 years on ventilator, 6 years on coma stage. The same question to us is, how long can we sustain this? We already sold, borrowed everything what we could. We cannot afford any more. But again, the biggest challenge is what happens tomorrow if we are not there? Who will take care of our daughter? Last 12 years, in searching solutions for this, I left my professional career, started an organization, worked aggressively on awareness, advocacy, and patient support system in this country. Today, there is a rare disease policy. Today, there are more doctors who are aware about these challenges. More hospitals are concentrating on rare disease or genetic conditions. Thankfully, the process has begun. But it is not enough. We cannot expect everything from the government to provide us, or we can wait till the government gives us such facility, because we are suffering in silence every day. We are losing our children every day. So there is a need for solution. We don't need sympathy. There are two major areas to be addressed. One is the research, the other is the support system. There is a need to research and development in the local drug development, low-cost drug development, which solves solution to a few of the conditions. There is a need to focus on translational research. This requires a CSR funding because commercially it may not be viable. The other is the support system. Many of these parents and families undergo the same set of challenges right from the birth till end. They require various support systems of wheelchair management, nurses, therapies, medical devices, medical support system with an oxygen facility at home, or an ICU facility with an ICU trained doctor, palliative care, end-of-life care. So I propose a who after me trust, which can take care of such patients. There is a need for infrastructure. There is a need for facility, which houses all this kind of facility under one roof. Because most of the parents cannot continue this, especially when the parents are old. They are looking for a place where they get all these facilities under one roof. So this trust or infrastructure can be managed by parents itself, because there is a personal involvement, personal care, service, quality, longevity. And these patients and families, their trusteeship can stop when they are not there, and there is a new incoming patients, and there is a continuity of this infrastructure. But this requires a careful financial planning. This requires a huge amount to set up such facilities, manage, and then continue. So today I stand before you to discuss about these challenges of a rare disease, which are chronic, yet many people are not aware. We need to address, there is a need for collective action to address these challenges, so that there is a well-being, there is a mental peace among the families who are suffering in silence. There is a need to support all these people who are suffering because of the circumstances beyond their control. Today, these families are working towards their facility, doing certain advocacy, trying to save their children in a small group in an isolation. Since it's a society problem, genetic is a society's problem, we want everybody to come forward to take the ownership of such things. Contribute in any way you can. Talk about it because it's a stigma. Contribute, talk about it to the stakeholders in any way you think you can. There is a need to take the ownership. Today, we all say that I care for rare. But let's start a movement that all of you, most of you who are interested, who wants to pray for us, please join hands to start the initiative that I care for rare. Thank you.